Guys, welcome back. So we're going to continue on our golf ball review, now onto a slightly different segment of the market, which is the mid-price range golf balls. We've done the premium ones, we've pretty much done that top to bottom, and kind of gave a lot of kind of testing and our 2 cents on what we thought they are performing like and who they're for. So I think this is a very interesting segment in the market, because at the price point of these golf balls is probably where a lot of golfers are looking for value.
And based on the comments, I mean, this will first say we are going to test more than just these 3. This is where we're starting part 1. But in the comments, so many people said, you know, Project A, SRIXON Q Star, Titleist Tour Soft, this is the price range. Maybe not just price range, but also suitability for your swing, compression, and things like that. These are the ones that everyone's been asking for. So we haven't been putting this off, it's just been on our list, and we've kind of finally wanted to get to it and do a thorough test.
Without a doubt. So we've got about 10 golf balls on our list within the mid-price range. So these are the first 3 that we're going to look at and sort of look in depth at. So why don't we start Titleist sort of Tour Soft.
Tour Soft.
You know, in the US market, they're about $35 a dozen. So, you know, a good, you know, 10, 15 bucks less than a Pro V1.
Adds up, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, a little bit of a different price point, and it definitely performs, I was going to say, has unique performance characteristics. It doesn't perform like the way a tour level golf ball would. It has very different characteristics.
It's not an AVX, as you were saying, different cover material?
Different cover material completely up. So it's an ionomer cover, which is actually designed to be very durable, spin a little bit less. And that's another thing with the type of golf balls that, you know, we will be covering in this mid-price range. They are designed to last. They're not designed for the golfer who's looking for, you know, max performance on every single shot.
We get a lot of questions about how durable certain balls are. So I think you right away would get a ton of people saying, I don't lose a lot of balls.
If you hit it pretty straight, that's
I don't want to have to throw one out because it's scuffed every, whatever, 9 holes or something. Yeah. So that's interesting to start with. Very
durable on the Tour Soft. So 2-piece golf ball. The core is the largest in the Titleist family.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, so it's the largest core they've ever made. So really looking for kind of, you know, maximum distance at soft compression, you know, a little bit firmer cover, doesn't spin very much, and we saw that in the testing, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We saw quite a drop off in spin rates and that type of thing. But in terms of the overall net result, it was quite good in that, you know, the ball flight was quite high, it went quite far. You know, so all things considered, okay, it might not give you the ability to spin the ball, you know, into the greens or around the greens, but it's a fairly good performing golf ball.
I don't think for a lot of, it depends on your short game, but for a lot of people, I don't necessarily think that a bunch of spin on a short shot is actually helping you, because how many people you play with leave the ball short on chips?
So many.
So what is spin doing for that guy? Not much, right?
That's right?
It's just for those few shots that maybe, oh, I need to spin this one. But handicap-wise, if you hit this 5 yards further and a bit higher, and it's better in the wind and blah, 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 and it's less expensive and it's durable, I mean, this is a great all-around golf ball.
Yeah, no, it is. It absolutely is. So you'll see all the golf balls that we've got, they've all got quite unique sort of characteristics to the design. So the other 2 are say more fascinating to me, but very fascinating in that they share actually a lot of the DNA of the premium golf balls within the line. So let's look at Project A, for example. 3-piece design, has the same cover sort of as the TP golf balls. So it has
a soft cover?
Has a very soft cover, urethane cover, which is what all basically premium golf balls are. It's a 3-piece golf ball. This one performs, to be honest, like a top of the line premium golf ball.
When I was hitting to get our data and hit some of the wedge shots, the stopping ability through spin was extremely noticeable.
Absolutely.
And it felt very soft off the club, launched a bit lower, which we know is friction, as you've told me a couple times, right?
So pulls the launch down and spin obviously goes up.
You can physically feel it with this.
Interesting.
So, and I've honestly, I don't remember why, but I had some of these in my bag. Actually played a couple rounds, and now I know compression-wise probably not the best for me at my speed, but in terms of spinning them with irons and wedges, it's quite amazing how much spin you can actually get with this. And we saw, because we did the test at a slower speed. We did it basically based on 150 yard 7-iron. 70-yard, 58 degree. So sort of your average swing speed player.
Trying to make it very, very sort of, that you guys can relate to it. Trying to make it something that you guys go, well, that's my speed. I hit a 7-iron, 150 yards. I hit a driver, 230, 240.
And that's who these are for, because they're a softer compression ball to get a bit more distance, but you get the spin from them.
Yep, exactly. So, really impressed with the Project A. I think
100%.
there's sort of a lot of sort of premium DNA in a very well priced golf ball. Again, around that mid-price range, 30, like 35 bucks a dozen, something like that.
Very cheap.
So really, really good. So SRIXON Q-Star Tour.
Yep.
So again, just a step below the Z-Star range. Very similar. Shares the same sort of cover, urethane cover as the Z-Star. Same amount of dimples as the Z-Star golf balls.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So really, really good golf ball also from a material standpoint.
Right. So
again, this kind of sat a little bit between the higher spinning Project A and the Tour Soft golf ball, didn't it?
Yeah, I think not to call it an uninteresting test, but just it was very expected in terms of results, even in feel. So Tour Soft felt the firmest, then Q-Star, and then Project A was softest.
Right.
And as you've just opened those numbers, we saw the most spin from Project A, and then it went down to Q-Star, and then down to Tour Soft from there.
It was quite interesting. The Q-Star and the Tour Soft, they were very similar off the wedges, similar in terms of the spin and kind of the performance. Sorry, on the irons, on the 7 irons.
Yeah.
But it was the wedges that there was a bigger difference.
Yeah.
And really just following on from what we've seen in all this testing, if you want to see the golf balls separate from one another to really, pick them apart, it's the wedges or the short irons that really count.
You see the disparity there.
You really see them have unique characteristics. And then as they get towards, the sort of less lofted clubs and woods, the gap closes, doesn't it, in terms of performance?
Yeah, and to the point where in the driver there's much less so. We saw that with the premium balls for sure.
Definitely.
But big difference in the amount of spin. I mean, again, we're using a simulated software, but with the Tour Soft, it's not a ball that's going to check up and spin back.
No.
But with the Project A, several were actually spinning back a foot or two.
Yeah.
With a 70-yard shot, which is amazing. I mean, it's not a lot of ball speed to be producing almost 10,000 revs of spin.
10,000.
It's quite amazing, at that speed.
That's an awful lot. I mean, you were spinning this one, 1,400 more than a Tour Soft.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think, well, when I use my SRIXON XVs, Z-Star XV, full swing on my 58 goes about 100 yards. I get about 11,500 spin. So I bet you if I ripped that thing full, I'd probably get over 12. Yeah. It's a very high spinning ball.
I would imagine so. So, guys who are watching this, and if you're looking for sort of a ball that produces a little more spin, kind of around the greens, but did it maintain it throughout
it definitely did.
Throughout the 3 clubs that we tested it on. That Project A is a great ball if you need a little bit of that. And guys, think of the player, if this is you, think of, are you the type of player who hits a driver out there and it kind of falls out the sky? 7-iron kind of hits the green, or mid-irons hit the green and run through the back. Are you taking less of a divot? Are you someone with quite a strong grip and tend to lean the shaft a little bit? If that sounds like you and the type of shots that you would hit, these are the type of golf balls that can make a noticeable difference in order to give you some lift. And you don't want to be playing the Pro V1X or the Z-Star XV, the golf ball that's going to kill your spin and just kind of run an awful lot.
And they're firmer, so you'll probably get less ball speed.
Absolutely.
Because you're generally looking at a little bit less ball speed if you're in this kind of category. I mean, to spend less money and have probably a bit more ball speed through softer compression and still get that much spin, that's a great ball.
It's a great ball.
And if you happen to be the player that is a bit slower but still, I guess it would be like a dynamic loft difference, you produce a ton of spin, then the Tour Soft or Q-Star, you're going to flatten your flight out quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So in terms of the distance, I mean, we were getting fairly consistent numbers with it, fairly consistent, but it was really on the kind of launch and spin that they were a little bit different. So the Tour Soft and the Q-Star tended to launch higher, spin less. Project A, like we said, spinning a little bit more. Let's have a look at the driver.
And this was actually pretty interesting because we don't usually see this much of a difference on golf balls off the driver.
Yeah, Project A, lower launch again. 15 launch, 2700 spin versus Tour Soft at 17 launch and 2100 spin. Quite a big difference.
Yeah, so by far the lowest spin ball off the tee and more launch.
Yeah. And I think that's, you know, if AVX has seemed like a ball that you've wanted to try, guys, and you know, but you're maybe put off by the premium price point of it, maybe grab a Tour Soft. Maybe see if that's going to be one that will work for you, because it seems to have the same characteristics of being, you know, very low spin, but feels quite good and overall kind of, you know, good performance.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not $20 less almost. So. Yeah. You're getting a similar, it's just going to be feel. I think the AVX obviously is a much softer feeling ball.
Very soft.
And it's going to spin a little bit more around the greens because of the cover. But ball flight wise, if you want to knock some spin off, this is a great option.
Yep, and very durable. So
very durable, yeah.
Cool, excellent. I mean, you know, this is I think it's a good sort of start for us to get into
100%.
A really deep little kind of test area for us.
Well, to me, you're at the shop and you see those three balls. They're marketed to be essentially for the same golfer.
Yeah, it's nothing like the same, are they?
No, I mean drastically different ball flight, literally just from changing the golf ball.
Yeah.
So I think this is a nice, hopefully you guys will have found this useful in determining which of those three would be a great choice.
Yep, that's exactly it. So I think you've got a kind of high spin, low spin, or high, mid and low spin sort of option amongst the three. The net result is kind of similar in terms of the, you know, the end result, but the how they got there through launch and spin and flight is going to be very different. So catering to different deliveries and different types of golfers and their preferences. So
awesome.
Guys, I would sort of encourage you to leave some comments on this one as to what other golf balls you want us to test. We have SRIXON soft feel to test as well.
We have a couple of Vice balls. I think it's the Tour that's the mid-range one.
We have the Callaway Super Soft to test as well. We have a few others.
There's a few.
There was about 10 in total that we were going to cover within this kind of price range. And then we were going to actually go into the sort of real budget
we're definitely going to do budget balls for sure and see. You know, there's obviously going to be performance differences there, but it's another category that tons of people, that's what they shop for when they get golf balls for a variety of reasons, so we are going to do that too. We're going to look at the refurb golf balls. You know, you guys, tons of people have asked for scuffed up golf balls,
scuffed ones,
golf balls.
And we've kind of the scuffed one, the only reason we've not done that so far is we want to do that outside so that we can really test the aerodynamics of the scuffed golf ball, because, you know, we think that's going to be the biggest sort of issue with the scuffed golf ball is how the stability of the flight is in real time, rather than simulating that over an 18-foot sort of, you know, hit between, you know, strike and net.
Yeah, it's just the camera launch monitor versus the radar. You need TrackMan.
Yeah, it's not going to you know, measure that correctly. We're going to need to do that with a radar and obviously track a brand new golf ball versus a scuffed golf ball and see if the aerodynamics change, if there's a little bit more drag, if there's a little reduction in ball speed, you know, all those sorts of things. How much performance do you lose once your golf ball has lost its luster a little bit, which I think will be quite an interesting one.
It will be very interesting, yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see it myself. Yep. Definitely. Okay, guys, as we said, leave lots of comments. Leave your golf balls you want us to try. If you've played any of the three of these and you want to leave us your comments and let other people know how it's performing for you, we'd love to hear that. And any that, if we've not mentioned them, let us know what other ones you're enjoying out there.
100%.
Excellent. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.